Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video, where today we have the X-Men 97 Wave 2 Cyclops. Let's put him back there. Try to get that. Let me fix the camera real quick. Okay. And before we get into the figure, I just want to, just the packaging. They all look nice. And then these are the other figures in the wave. We already have him. I'll plan on picking him up and him up. Maybe Goblin Queen. We'll see. Probably Goblin Queen. Just to have the whole Summers family. But, yeah. This is Cyclops, and I was very, very hyped to get this guy. And, yeah, I do have the VHS series one. But the problem with him is, if I can find him right now, he's over here. The problem with him is this foot on him broke. I don't know, the peg like shaved off inside of it, and this one feels like it's gonna do the same, but luckily they fixed it with this figure. I don't know if that's just a QC thing or if everyone had that, but yeah. So we'll start off with articulation. Well, first we'll take a look. There's really no paint on the figure besides that X, and the visor, and then he's got some like lip paint, which looks a little weird, but other than that, it's just solid yellow and blue plastic, which I think works really well for Scott. And so yeah, so for articulation, we'll start off with the head. He can look up that far, look down that far. He's got a little bit of head tilt. Obviously, you can spin all the way around. You can twist at the waist. He's got a crunch in that far. Crunch. He can arc back that far. The arms go up that far. Double jointed elbow. Bicep swivel. Hinge and swivel at the wrist. And then he has a butterfly joint. And this is I think this is the same exact body they used on the VHS one, so nothing's really going to change. Leg can kick forward that far. Kick back that far. Kick out that far. You got the thigh swivel. You got the double jointed knee. Oh, very tight. Kick his own ass. And then you have the boot swivel and the hinge and swivel at the foot. Now this one is the better figure out of the two, but he does have one problem that people want to point out. That face. He looks a little boyish. He looks a little bit like the way that one Ant-Man figure looks with Paul Rudd's face. He looks a little Paul Ruddy, which, it's not a bad thing. Paul Rudd's not a bad-looking guy, but, And for accessories, you get the hands on him, the open hands. You get the fists, and then you get the visor pleasuring hand. And those are all the same as you get with the VHS one, but then you also get the beam effect and then the angry head, in which the beam effect plugs into. So yeah. And then I just wanted to show this off real quick too. If you don't like the head, the VHS series Cyclops head works just as well on the body. It looks a little short-necked, but you can pop it off like halfway on the ball joint, and then he looks a lot better. And then I guess if you really wanted to, you could put this head on this body. Obviously I put a vest on him, so yeah, but for the comparisons, we're gonna keep the 97 head on him. So as far as size comparisons go, we'll start out with, well, since we have him here, we might as well start out with the VHS series Cyclops. And then we'll do the VHS series Wolvie as well. And I don't know if I plan on getting that X-Men 97 one or not, but that is also an option out there. And I think it's the same body, just pinless, so. And then we got the Hot Claws Wolverine with some blue shoulder pads on and some Mezco hands that I put on him. And then we have the Spider-Man and his amazing friends Iceman. Cell-shaded one, obviously. And then we'll go put Mystique up there. The original release of Mystique. And she's kind of hard to stand, so these stands actually plug perfectly into her back, so that's cool to use. Then we got the Mezco Deadpool. We got the Retro Series Beast. And so yeah, those look good together as well. We got the Mofex Psylocke, which I wish she was closer to his height, but I say that every time. Then we have his other wave mate, the 97 Nightcrawler. And then we're gonna go the Mezco Wolfie, the Mezco Cyclops. Yeah, okay. These two are about the same height, and these two are also about the same height. Do not like a tall Wolfie, but I'm pretty sure I'm definitely not in the minority there. We got the first wave of the X-Men 97 Rogue, and I really like this Rogue figure. She's pretty fun to play with, all things considered, you know, her not having that much torso articulation. And she is hard to stand up, but that's okay, because I always have her in flying poses. We'll put her on this side. And then we'll also go Bishop from the same first wave. And yeah, they look good together. And then finally, we got the Mofex Gambit, and we'll go, you know, kind of want to put a Spidey in there, so we'll put a Mofex Spidey in there. And yeah, he works really well with the Mofex figures. So that's you know, that's Cyclops for you. He looks great. He's fun to play with. I've been playing with him all day, and I really recommend this guy. Perfect Cyclops for your shelf. And then if you had the cell shaded one, this head to it, it's really perfect. And one day I do want to own like every Cyclops figure, just because he's my favorite X-Men, and I think he has some pretty great figures out there, in my humble opinion. So yeah, this is a fun figure. I also have got some other figures in today that I will also take a look at, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.